And we're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one of you. You tune up into the building, joining your girl Siren for the Siren Speak show. And y'all know I love y'all because I came on here, y'all full throttle, honey. Okay, you see, I just washed my hair. Your girl was like, you know what, I gotta go live. Y'all know I've been trying to go live all week long. It's been so much that has been stopping me from going live. Okay, I just get tired. Because I want to bring you guys so much information, I think I am going to, try recording some videos and just putting up the information for you guys, as opposed to trying to go live when everybody get off. Because, I'm like, why am I waiting and torturing myself until later in the evening to go live when I'm exhausted, I'm tired. It's not like they ask questions anyway. I feel like I be talking to myself, I'm like, so I think that's what I'm going to do, you guys, over here is really just go put up the information, you know what I'm saying? Put up the videos. That way I can post more often and I don't have to, cancel, because I can make them at my own leisure. Just record the videos, get the knowledge out, answer y'all questions, okay? And we go from there, all right? So with that being said, y'all, first of all, I feel like y'all messy, but it's okay. Okay, I do feel like y'all being messy with some of these questions y'all be sending me and asking me, but I'm gonna address it. So someone asked me, how do I feel about the SHeRASEVEN, the young lady who I guess her message is how to get a wealthy, man, because they say they feel like I have similar views. Okay, and if y'all like it says limited edition goddess, and it is in like some pearls and stuff. Okay, limited edition goddess. All right, so thank you to everybody who says that they like it. All right. Someone asked me, how do I feel about the message that the young lady, SHeRASEVEN, I think she goes by. Now, see, I, knew her or knew of her. I didn't know her, but I knew of her from way back in the day when she was doing more of like her magical and spell work videos and stuff like that. And, she really, I guess she had her love channel. I don't know. I didn't tune into that channel because that message was just not for me. However, throughout the years, congratulate to her. I guess her channel has really done very well. And therefore, there is an audience for the message. I feel like for as long as there's an audience for the message, speak. If somebody is going to listen, hell, I could barely get y'all to come over here and listen to anything that I have to say because YouTube want to block mine. So if somebody else can get the message out, I'm like, it is what it is. Now I'm going to tell you guys how I personally feel, okay? Because that is just a general message in regards to what it is that she talks about and what it is that I feel her message portrays, okay? The only, I do, like I said, it's so different, and it's the same of what I speak about when I say men should be taking care of you. I agree with that. I do. With SHeRASEVEN, I do. I do feel like they should sprinkle, okay? I do feel like a man should be in his masculine energy. I do feel like a woman should not have to portray a woman and a man by working, paying all the bills, and, making sure that the kids are taken care of and things of that nature. I do feel like if we all play our perspective roles, that the household and life, okay, life in general will be a lot better. Okay, I do feel like if the man, because the man is not very nurturing, okay, and not to his fault, the man is not very nurturing. So, of course, he's more like the go-getter and the provider. Okay, he's the one who doesn't mind going to work all day. He don't have a menstrual cycle to deal with and, kids to give birth to and things of that nature. Pregnancy is a very delicate experience, you guys. And I do feel like a woman who is able to be home and carry that baby and not be stressed and working and all of this other stuff, really have the time to feel when that baby kicks for the first time and record it down in a journal and, really have a time to take pictures because, one of the things that I didn't like was that about me, okay, is that when I was pregnant, I don't have many photos. I don't have many memories, of my pregnancy. And not that I had to work because I didn't, okay. First of all, my first baby, I was in school, but my second baby, I was at home. I worked for when I found out I was pregnant. I was about 3 months pregnant, almost 3 months. When I found out I was pregnant, I was like 9 or 10 weeks. Okay. And when I told my kid's father, the first thing he said was, "Oh no, you're not gonna be clocking in to work while you carrying my baby." He was like, after you have the baby, if you want to go back to work, you can, but he wanted me to stay at home and really nurture the baby, really have time for my doctor's appointments and really have time to take I was able to take prenatal classes, parenting classes, newborn baby, y'all. I knew so much about dang on babies. I had time to go to those, pregnancy classes on Thursdays and birthing classes on Tuesdays. So when I went into labor, I was such a young girl when I was pregnant. So when I went into labor, I kind of knew, what to expect. And it's like women don't have time to do that. We have to hurry up and push these babies out and get back to work. A man, I agree with SHeRASEVEN on that, is that a man should be or is supposed to be a provider. He's the one who's supposed to go out and provide so that that household can be, stable, so that once a woman has a stable environment, she can do her thing. Okay? She can do her thing. So I do agree with her on that, right? However, I don't know if her message is longevity. I know it's more sugar daddy. And I do feel like anytime you engage with a man, he should definitely consider making sure that that engagement is stable and secure. I mean, would you rather a dude lay up with you in the back of a car as opposed to taking you to a hotel? Like, would you rather a dude taking you to a drive-through as opposed to a nice, safe environment where you guys can, sit down and have a meal and have a conversation in a safe environment, okay, as opposed to out in the middle of the streets, parked on the side of the road, eating off your lap? I really feel like men are supposed to provide stable environments for a woman, any woman, okay, who he courts or who he's interested in, right? Now, this is where, you know, this is the only part that I would say, nah. Okay. First things first, I tell y'all all the time, read the room. Okay. Learn how to read the room, baby. Because if you don't know how to read the room, anybody could tell you anything. Now, first things first, I'm not going to go to a doctor that is not healthy. Okay. A doctor who I can clearly look at and see they have scaly skin, they look malnutrition. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to a doctor's office and your doctor look like he's sick, okay, full of dis-ease within the body, there is nothing you can tell me. There is nothing I want to hear you say. Okay, nothing at all. I'm going to pack my stuff and I'm going to leave out of that office because I can look at you and I can see that the advice or any assistance you're about to give me is not going to be worth my time because you're not even using it or taking that advice yourself, which I'm pretty sure y'all know where I'm going with this. Now, me personally, looking at this woman and reading the room, nothing about this woman says I am dating a wealthy man or I am in a relationship with a wealthy man. And when I say wealthy, we're talking about the wealth that she speaks of. Okay. To me, a wealthy man is a man who has a decent job, who can comfortably pay the household bills and keep us safe and secure. That's a wealthy man to me. Right? He doesn't have to be making millions. He has to make enough to keep us in a nice, safe, comfortable, and stable environment. Okay. The rent is going to go up every year. So if you're paying rent, you got to make sure that you're in a salary that covers, the fact that the bills are going to go up. All right. We need emergency fund, right? Do we have an emergency? If anything were to happen, are we going to be covered? Do we have insurance? Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Now, like I said, when it comes to this woman, there's nothing about her that I would look and say, okay, I'm going to go to her. I'm going to listen to her. Nothing against her. I'm just saying she's a beautiful woman. She's a lovely woman. I love what she has started and what she has going on. However, looking at her and reading the room, nothing about her says I practice what I preach. Okay. And because like I say, I watched her years ago. I'm not I don't watch her now, but I did watch her years ago. And, I do recall some of the things because she was vlogging. So we were in her personal life. Okay. She let us into her home and into her life and things of that nature on some of the videos that because she would do little spell work videos and talk about things. And she, would decode and stuff like that. She really did some great videos on her spiritual channel. However, recalling those videos, and I'm like, okay, I hear you say a lot about, oh, don't date a Dusty. Okay, that's one of the things I know she goes off. But I do recall when she first allegedly started dating her husband now. And this wasn't when she first started dating him, because when she was vlogging at this particular time, she did say, y'all, this is a car my mama gave me, and it was a Saturn. She was living with her husband. They were in their home. They were in their house. It wasn't this house. It was the older house, one of their older homes that they were living in. And I'm like, if you with a man and your mama got to give you a car to get you and your kids around, that doesn't scream safe. That doesn't scream secure. I'm talking about from a man's standpoint. He's not providing a safe and secure and stable environment because your mama got to help you to get your kids around. So where the money at? Where the money at? Now, that's the first thing, because I'm like, do you practice what you preach? And I think people are just so hungry for information that they will just take in anything. And I always say, read the room. Okay, read the room. This woman is preaching about a man taking care of you, a man providing for you, not dealing with the man who can't provide for you. And this woman is literally working all day from the sun up to sundown on YouTube and doing orders. You don't do that much work when your man is taking care of you. It seems like there's a role reversal that has happened. This woman is making money on YouTube. And it wasn't until she started to make that money on YouTube that she started to get the luxury cars. Because I recall her having a very old, truck, that Benz truck, okay, before she got the Porsche. I saw the transformation, and it doesn't scream, my man got me here. It screams, I bust my arse. I worked very hard. I went live on YouTube for at least 12 hours a day. And I made the money to provide a luxury lifestyle or a comfortable lifestyle for me and my children. So all I'm saying is I do feel like she has a message for people who need to hear something. I don't get the validity of the message. I don't feel like she lives up to the lifestyle that she put these women, or she portrays to these women. That's the only thing I don't agree with. I'm like, if you're going to preach it, live it. Okay? Don't be telling people to go to the left and you've never been to the left. But outside of that, I feel like she should continue to do it, because it is definitely women out there that need that advice, whatever she's giving. I just be like, don't judge the women. Don't be too hard on them, because you're not living that lifestyle neither. Don't go off on the men, or, however she has to do it, that's how she do it. But because if it makes money, hey, it makes sense, right? But my thing of it is that just practice what you preach. Really, truly. And it's just the innocence of the people who go over there taking this advice from somebody. Like I said, it's like getting medical advice from a doctor who, he has never practiced medicine. He has never gone to school. He just guessing and just, walking sideways with you. That's the thing, that's the only issue that I'm like, okay, I know you didn't come from this. I know you didn't. I know because you said it. I'm not guessing. I'm not assuming. I recall those earlier days, I know from what you said in those earlier days, your husband paid the bills, but he paid the bills in a house that was in his name. It's almost like you were living with him. He paid his bills. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't have to pay any of the household bills because maybe they were all in his name. I don't know. Okay. But I know those were things that she said. And that's why I'm like, so are you with a Dusty? Are you married to a Dusty? Because it's clear that this man does not provide the lifestyle that you want, the lifestyle that you have. You are busting your behind on YouTube from sunrise to sunset, making this money and taking care of you and yours. Okay. So y'all, that's the difference between she and I. Okay. There's a major difference, but that's the difference between she and I. So for those of you who feel like I have the same message, okay, as her, no, I'm not talking about, when it comes to love, I'm more of relationship, not hit it and quit it, not how much for the night. That's how I feel like she says how much for the night or how much for the weekend. I'm more of get in a healthy relationship with a stable man. Okay. This is somebody you get to know. This is somebody you probably will have kids with. He's going to provide for you. He's going to provide for those kids. He's going to make sure that you're able to live, a nice and stable life. And it is what it is. He does not have to make millions. He just has to make enough to cover y'all lifestyle. Okay. I know so many people who household makes less than 100,000 a year and they get to travel each year. Okay. They go on vacations. They go out to dinner. They go, so many people that make it work, make it make sense. That's all. That's it. Make it make sense. And I feel like, the women or the people who go over to this woman's channel are so lost and are being misguided. But I'm going to tell y'all, if there is a student, there is a teacher, regardless of what the course is. There is a teacher. There's somebody. There is apparently a lane that this woman has created, and there are people getting in that lane. For whatever reason, people want to hear that. Women want a man with money, I guess. And then you have all of these scenarios that people unfortunately have to go through. By the time you do get to a decent man, you have been through so many men, that maybe you have inherited some sort of low self-esteem or things of that nature. Just take it slow. Okay, really take it slow and don't disqualify a man because, oh, I asked him for this or I asked him for that. First things first, when you meet a man, you shouldn't have to ask him for anything. A man is going to know what you need based off of y'all conversation. When y'all have healthy conversations as you're dating, okay, he will know, okay, so she got her own place. Okay, it's just her living there, or maybe she has 2 kids. All right, so I know and her kids are young, so she might have daycare or after school expenses. Okay, and she lives in this neighborhood. All right, I know that's a pretty, suburban type of area, so she must pay a pretty penny for her rent. A man is going to know if he's able to afford you. You shouldn't have to throw yourself at a man and hope that he is able to afford you. That's kind of embarrassing. Okay, that's really, really, really embarrassing. I do not feel that the message is a healthy message. However, if there are people showing up, then she has to do her thing. Okay. Apparently, there's a lot of people. Now, I do know that she does put promotion behind her. So when she wants that message to get out there, she will promote that message. She does pay to have that message get out there through TikTok and through, IG and through YouTube and things of that nature. So it's what you put into it. The more people you get in front of, the more people that are going to listen to you. So I do feel like her message has a purpose if people are going there because, you know, apparently if she goes live, there's people over there waiting, okay, and asking questions. So I'm like, she can continue to do it. Okay, but just, you know, don't these women are lost, okay? Even the lost need an instructor, right? That's how I feel. These women, and so many of them ask questions, you know, that they don't get the correct answer to. I know there was one video or clip that I saw where she said to a young lady, if you have natural hair, never wear your natural hair when you're dating or things of that nature. Like men don't respect curly or natural hair, or how many women out there in the world with natural hair do you see? Okay. That are like in good relationships. And, you know, I know she does speak of taking care of, well, not really taking care, but really dressing up and things of that nature. And I'm like, wow. You know, I just it seems like she has her own insecurities that she may be feeding on into her audience. Because a woman who has natural hair, and to say men don't like, no, the men you come in contact with may not like natural hair or may not like curly hair. You know, natural hair is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. I know she says put on a wig, you know, that'll get you more attention before your natural hair. What will get you the most attention is the healing, the vibration of your aura, of your frequency, because people can see beyond the physical, the material, right? And I do feel like we were in more of a material, I want to say, time frame while she was out. Just like that other guy, I can't think of his name. I'm about to call him Kevin Hart, Kevin Samuels, or whatever his name was, when he was out. There was a time for that information. There was a time for that knowledge. And I really feel like this may be dried out. It may dry out real soon, where people are no longer going to look for that wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay. No one is looking for that right now. No one cares about that. Beauty is beautiful. It's since it is beautiful. I remember watching Sanaa Lathan, okay, on a movie called Wait Until, no, not Wait and Exhale. It was a Terry McMillan movie. Terry McMillan movie. Oh my word, I cannot think of the name of that movie right now. Oh God. Disappearing Acts. I'm about to say Disturbia. Disappearing Acts. And her hair was similar to like this. This woman was so beautiful. I've been trying to get my hair like that for years. I'm like, I want that Sanaa Lathan style on Disappearing Acts. She had a very natural hair. Let me see if I can bring it up. Y'all, this woman was flawless. I am not into women like that, but I fell in love with Sanaa Lathan from that movie right there. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. Honey, Miss Thing was y'all look at her. Tell me if that look, tell me if that's not beauty. This woman is fierce. Okay. I was like, y'all, this was the one right here. Y'all, look at this. What man is gonna walk past that and say that's not beautiful? What man is gonna look at this woman and say, oh, I'm not gonna date you because of your hair? Your hair is natural. Your hair is curly. I don't like y'all. This is pure. This is beauty at its finest. There is not like when y'all see her hair. Okay, y'all see her hair. I was obsessed. Look at this with this woman's in this movie. Look at Sanaa, y'all. What man is not going to want that? Why is she saying short hair is not cute? Natural hair is not cute. Women, if you want a man, you need to make sure that you have long hair. Even in this right here, look at this, y'all. This woman was beautiful. She is beautiful. Look at this. Even with her hair like that, a man would walk past and say, hey, beautiful, how you doing? That's the thing that I didn't like when she, you know, when she said that part. I was like, why would she tell women that your hair is not beautiful? Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Y'all. Please tell me. Okay, look at this, y'all. This is beauty at its finest, y'all. You can't get no better than that. Okay? And I'm like, what man would walk past and say, I don't? If a man is judging you based upon your hair type or your hair texture, automatically you don't care to deal with him because he has some issues within himself. Okay, that he needs to deal with. That he's automatically like, I feel uncomfortable with a woman who has her natural hair, who wears her I feel uncomfortable. Okay, around this woman. Like, you guys, that's the type of stuff that I'm like, if somebody is telling you and pushing for you not to be yourself, to become someone else, y'all. Oh Lord, this thing is like a little tight, y'all. Excuse me. But if someone is literally like asking for you to not be yourself, you guys, like this is me, a fresh wash. I haven't even touched my hair. Okay, fresh out of the shower. If my husband is like, you know what? Yeah, I can't be with you because I don't like your hair when you get out the shower. Our hair, especially melanated women, our hair is we can wear our hair so many different type of ways. We can wear our natural hair, we can blow it out, wear it straight, we can braid it up, we can just do so many different things, and it's a way that you express yourself. It's the way that you express yourself. Now, I feel like for as long as you put any interest into you, a man is going to respect that. Either he's going to like you or not. But I don't feel like you should purposefully go out there and try to change yourself, because if you're going into a relationship changing yourself, you are going to be trapped in a commitment that is going to make the rest of your life a living hell. Okay? So I do not agree with this woman saying that natural hair is not beautiful, or the curly hair, like something like this is not, a man is not going to look at you. A man is not going to, be interested in you or take you serious, or he's not going to want to bring you around his colleagues or, whatever. I do not agree with that. Okay. So we definitely have to make sure, and especially what I don't get is why there may be mature women, somebody over 20. Anybody over 20 up in there, I'm like, whoa, like we should really be considering therapy at this point. Okay. Wanting to get a wealthy man. You guys ask me, like, Siren, is your message, or do you agree with? Is it the same? It's not the same. I do feel like a man should provide a safe and stable environment for the woman that he is with, for his wife. Okay. And if he is courting you, he should definitely contribute towards your lifestyle. Okay. Because duh, no one wants to be with a man who's not stable. I do believe that a woman should work if she's bored. Okay, I don't feel like a woman should be forced to work or mandated to work in a household. Of course, as women, we want, okay, to contribute to the household. We want to make our own finances and be independent. Yes, if you are good at something, because when we're at home, we could sew. Okay, we can make things. We can do a lot of creative things, right? And then you can take that and turn it into a business. Okay, working from home. That way, once the kids are old enough to go off to school, you can go out, drop them off, and you can come home. You can run your business for a couple hours, sell your little things online, or do your little live videos and things of that nature. Go to your little exercise class. I feel like the woman is supposed to be relaxed. Okay, I don't think we should be tense and stressed out and forced to go to work. If you want to work, then okay, yes, right. But for as long as we are vibrating in our feminine energy, this is when we are the healthiest. Okay, let me see what you guys have to say. Hey, oh, child, I don't want to mess that up, honey. Okay, I think it says Menelik. You say Shira's message is dead wrong. Like I said, if there's an audience, there must be an entertainer. Okay. For every audience, there's an entertainer. So it's like, if people are going to show up, honey, perform. Okay. You say she's gorgeous. I'll take you speaking on Sanaa Lathan. Contradiction and hypocrisy is two lovers in holy matrimony, and SHeRASEVEN is just that. Yeah, I just wish, well, I ain't gonna say I wish because I can't say I know for a fact. Okay. I just would like to know that she practiced what she preached. Um, because her reality, her lifestyle, from what she has presented, not anything like I say that I'm guessing, it doesn't add up. It doesn't match up to what it is that she's preaching. Okay. And I feel like if you're going to be teaching something, you should be an expert. You should not be teaching prior to that expert level. That's what life is about. You're supposed to go through those life lessons. You're supposed to learn from them. You're supposed to grow from them. And then you're supposed to teach others. Okay. But I just don't understand how you're teaching from an unlearned lesson. Like, you don't live that lifestyle that you preach. And according to your own definition, your own spouse may be what you consider to be a dusty, okay? Your own spouse. Because there were those times back in that day, where he was providing, he was paying the bills for his house, okay? He was not providing for you. You were providing for yourself. This is why, you stay glued to the screen to provide for yourself to get that money. But, don't preach to these women, making them feel bad when, you out there alone with them. This may or may not be facto. Okay. Like I say, y'all, I'm just going off of what I have personally seen. Because like I said, I used to follow her a while ago, but she was not talking about this. So she was opened up to her lifestyle and what was going on inside of her house. And it wasn't what she's talking about today. Okay. So when it comes to, relationships, you guys, hold up. Let me see. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to life, you guys, you have to just be careful as to who it is that you listen to, who it is that you are rocking with, who it is that you are allowing, okay, to provide information for you or guide you. There has been quite a few of people who did follow or listen to this woman, and they have some crazy experiences. Like I say, I do feel like if there's an audience, there needs to be an entertainer, okay? But a lot of women have to be careful out here just randomly seeking men and going on these websites where there are websites where there are men out there portraying to be millionaires. And I know it's like, oh, they have to go through a screening and things of that nature. But what if your friend is the screener? What if your friend or somebody is a part of that site? They have trafficking. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that, but they do have some trafficking going on out here. And how easy is it to traffic young women who coming for you? Oh, millionaire website? Yeah, let me go on there. And next thing you know, you're logging onto this website, you signing up with your profile, giving them all of your information and your picture. Can these people possibly be stalking you and watching you? And next thing you know, what happened to Keita? Okay, what happened to Shantae? Right? What happened here? What's going on? Because we're looking for a fast dollar from somebody's son. We're looking for money that hard that we're willing to put ourselves. And then the women who have children, oh my, women who have children, you should be screening like there's nobody's business. Okay, because you need to know if he's interested in you or your child or children. Because they are out here. There are men out here who are seeking women with children so that they can fulfill their little crazy desires. I don't know how many women I've talked to as well as heard speak about how a guy they were dating became intimate with their daughter. And I'm talking, these are babies. Okay? Babies haven't even gotten their first cycle yet. Young girls and young boys, right? And we cannot be that hard up to invite a man into our house. I don't care how much money, we got to stop making men think that if they have $1, it is okay to disrespect me. It is okay to, do things up in my, we got to stop praising that almighty dollar. And we have to praise a man who respects you, a man who really truly loves you, and a man who really truly will provide a stable environment for you. Because just because a man got a few dollars, that don't mean he's providing a stable environment for you, right? I mean, we got, for example, Young Miami and Diddy. Okay, let's look at this situation. How many times did we see a picture of Diddy holding Young Miami's daughter? How many times did we see a picture of Diddy out to eat as a family unit with Young Miami and her children? Okay. We have to rediscover who we are, because when you rediscover who you are, you will not settle for the BS. Period. There is nothing, okay, in this world that Diddy could have offered me, right? Me, to make me want to be in a relationship with him the way, and he ain't even we're just friends, we're just dating. Yes, we are friends, we're just dating, we're having fun. I get it. I get it. I understand that part. However, it's like there was no connection. We're settling for less. And this is the message, okay, that no matter how much a man give you, you're still going to be settling for less. It's like selling your soul for bags, for shoes, for a new wig, for something that the minute you buy it, the value drops like 50%. Okay? Selling your soul for bags is what I'm hearing in these conversations. Selling your soul for, oh, let's get him to pay this, or let's get him to pay that, or let's get him. Is that it? Get as many as you want, and definitely try to go after an ugly man. That was the funny one. Ugly men pay. Y'all, it's definitely, it's a lot of it was definitely funny for me, going after a ugly man. Okay, let's look at an ugly man. What do we call a ugly man? A man who is disrespectful. Is that not an ugly man? A man who is abusive, right? Is that not an ugly man? Are we really taking it down to a physical? Okay. Look, are we really taking it there? That's why I say it seems to me as if she may be projecting her own life into her audience. Okay. Um, and going from there. But I don't consider a man looks, you know, making him ugly. He's ugly if he disrespects me. He's ugly if, he doesn't take care of himself, okay? If his hygiene is off, that's ugly to me. He's ugly if he's just not trying to do anything with himself, that's what I call ugly. Outside of that, I don't know what ugly is. If a man loves you, y'all, if a man loves you, if a man is willing to put his life on the line for you, if he's willing to take a bullet for you, if he's willing to take a bullet for your kids and they're not even his, if he's willing to, have you home and healthy and safe, while he goes out and provide, so that you can continue to live like that. That's not ugly. Because when you look at somebody, you look at them from the goodness of your heart. And of course, I do know and understand that this woman knows that the message is very shallow. I'm most certain she knows that. I just don't think her audience know, but I'm most certain she knows that the message is very shallow. Okay? Very shallow and unhealthy. And I think women need to stop looking for a fast dollar, because this is not a time where we want to look for a fast dollar. This is not a time where it is safe to be out here just randomly going from one person to the next and going on dates, 50 million dates, okay? Just because you want a man to buy you something, or, you want to play games. Because let me tell you something, you get with the right one, honey. These men, honey, when it comes to their coin, you get with the right one. And it's not going to be funny. It's not going to be fun. We have a lot of people coming up missing. We have a lot of women that are, being taken out. We have a lot of women that they're finding on the side of the road, all because they went with somebody that they heard had some money. It's so not worth it. Hold on. Let me see what you say. You say Shira has about 1,500 people that tune into her show to hear her message. So basically, no, she basically tell women to find themselves a rich man to support their lifestyle. And that's what her content is all about. Shout out to you. Okay. Finding a rich man, okay? Do we want to find a rich man? Um, are we able to find a rich man? What would define a rich man? Why are these women looking for a wealthy man? First things first, this world, this universe that we live in is like a magnet. You can only attract, okay, what you're attracted to, okay? That's just how it is. If you're not a rich woman, you cannot find a rich man, okay? Everything has got to merge, right? No one who we've ever dated or come in contact with was a coincidence. We vibrated to every connection. And when these women are not getting the connection that they want or that they are being encouraged to get, and then they feel valueless because I'm pretty sure, oh, something must be wrong with you. If you can't find somebody to do this or do that for you, if you can't find a man to at least do this, something must be wrong with you. And, then it creates that inner, okay, that a lot of women are going to have to deal with. But to preach or tell women they need to find a man to take care of their lifestyle. What lifestyle is that? How is you can have this lifestyle when you've never had it? How can he continue a lot of women get with men and they can't even fathom, okay, the conversation that these men, okay, will want to have with the woman who is very mature, okay? A man knows who's worthy of his dollar. He knows who he could just buy a bag for, or who he could just, buy some shoes for, and things of that nature. And, I'm like, why are we still doing this for gifts? I don't know. Okay. Maybe it's a different age group, but why are we still doing this for gifts? If anything, you want to invest in me to give me everything I need to start my new business because I'm trying to get my first location. I'm going to need about 22,000, down over there. Like, who's still going out here for handbags and shoes and stuff? I don't know. Okay. But you have to become a rich woman in order to get in contact with what we consider to be a rich man. Okay. You have to know the conversation. You have to know the places. You have to be there. It's a natural because when it's forced, you're going to mess it up. It's going to become dangerous. Okay. You say Siren, her followers are mostly young women, so she has a big following. Oh, so she has to. Oh, I'm so glad. I recall one day my daughter. She said, "Mama, have you heard of the sprinkle lady?" And it was so funny because I'm like, my daughters know my conversation with them, especially when it comes to men. And they know I always preach safety and security and things of that nature. And I say a man who's in his natural energy, any man who's in his natural energy is automatically going to want to provide for you. Don't mean as soon as he meets you, he's gonna want to pay all your bills. No, but as he get to know you, he's gonna want to make sure, hey, you got gas in your car for the week? Hey, meet me over here at the gas station. I'm gonna go ahead and fill you up for the week because I know you got to get to work. He's gonna do little things like that. Okay. And then as he get to know you more and as he feel more comfortable with you, he's going to want to do more things. Okay. He's not going to want to see you out. He's not going to want to see you, barely making it, struggling and things of that nature. He's going to, when he go, hey, I'm on my way to the grocery store. Oh, well, wait for me to get over there. I'm going to come with you. I'm going to get you a couple things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like any guy who's in his natural alpha energy, he's going to want to take care of you. He's naturally going to want to do things like that. Now, if you think that, okay, this man is going to, as soon as he meets you, he's going to want to, pay your car payment and things of that nature. And some of them may, but they're going to want, perhaps something quick just in return. Okay. Depends on how you date. If you want to have a relationship or if you just want a quickie and things of that nature, it depends on y'all interaction and it depends on y'all contract, however you guys do it. But any real man is going to want to provide for you. It's natural. You shouldn't have to beg. You shouldn't have to, ask. A real man should hear from your conversation on a date. If you go on a date, what I consider a healthy date, where you have a healthy conversation, this man is going to know after that date if he can afford to court you. Okay. And you have to be able to put out there definitely what your demands are. Of course, you have to put your demands. Now, if you're going out there saying, I want somebody who's going to pay my car payment. I want somebody. No. Well, this is my lifestyle. I'm looking for somebody who can come in and pretty much, provide a safe and secure and stable environment for me so that I can focus on raising children, so that I can focus on, or if you're someone who wants to work, I want somebody who can come in and, we can perhaps maybe go half if you want to go half on the bills. Okay. Like I say, you put out your demands, whatever makes you comfortable, right? If you like, I don't mind working, but once I get pregnant, I'm not going to work. So I need somebody who's going to be comfortable with knowing that if I get pregnant, I am not going to work. So he's going to have me on some insurance. So I'm definitely looking for matrimony. I'm looking to be married if I get pregnant. I don't want to wait till after, but I want to get married within 30 days after my pregnancy test say I'm positive, because I'm going to need some health insurance. I'm going to need, I definitely want a guy who has some good health insurance on his job. Okay, what is your health insurance plan looking like over there? Do you have a pension that you're working towards or that you currently have? Y'all, we have to really truly make sure that we are engaging with healthy providers. We're not saying, oh, you got to be a millionaire or you got to buy me a Chanel bag. Absolutely, positively not. For as long as Hobby Lobby, Michaels, Joanne Fabric got CHANEL and letters, I will go buy it and I will put it on my shirt. Okay. I'm not interested in walking around rocking, other people's names. I'm gonna rock my own damn name. You see my thing says what? Goddess. You don't see Chanel, Gucci, Fendi, Prada, and things of that nature. Now, granted, I do have some of those things. Yes, I do. But it doesn't define me. This makes me look just as good, if not 50 million times better than a Chanel shirt. I love something that says goddess. I love something that says sexy. I love something that says wifey. I love things of that nature. That is what defines me. That is what tells people a lot about me. Okay. So going out there looking for what we consider to be rich men, you guys, this is just not something healthy. Okay. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all for real. Okay. When I first met my husband was working part-time at U-Haul. Okay. That's all I knew. Y'all, he must have made about $12,000 a year working part-time at U-Haul. Okay. Now listen, if I would have been on a date and been like, oh, I ain't going out with him. Oh, no. He only make $12,000 a year at U-Haul. He making $7 an hour part-time. But see, what I didn't know was that my husband was only using that because he had his own business and things of that nature, but he was using that job for the benefits. That was it. He just wanted the benefits that was there, the health insurance and things of that nature. That's all it was. But he had outside money that he was making on his own. He always had his own business. And of course, it was not legit. Okay, it wasn't like a whole certified, corporation and things of that nature. No, he was not serving. He was not serving, you guys, but he did have his own. He threw like promotions and things of that. He was a promoter, so he threw club events. He threw neighborhood events like, Martin Luther King, all of that stuff. He did giveaways. He did give back to the community and all of that stuff that he was doing. I didn't know. He didn't let me in on all of that at first, y'all. All I knew was this man was working at U-Haul part-time. I'm like, ooch. Okay. And imagine if I had that mindset. Imagine if I had been sitting my little young arse there, my little, 20-year-old self there, okay, listening to someone who said, oh, if he ain't got this, if he ain't got that, if he ain't got this, if he ain't gonna do that, and he ain't gonna do this, and he ain't gonna do that. And I would have been like, oh, no, I'm not there. Oh, he doesn't make enough money. Men are not going to tell you about all their finances until they can trust you. Okay, that's first things first. So what I'm trying to say is, if I had that mentality back then when I met my husband, I would have missed out on such a good thing. Okay, such a good thing. Because no, my husband is not a millionaire, but he does very well for himself and for our family. He has helped me to raise our twin daughters, and I have two kids that don't belong to him that he helped me to raise as well. He has provided a stable, safe, and secure environment for not just me. This man even had my kids that don't belong to him on his insurance. That is a rich, wealthy man. Okay. That is not somebody who you like, oh my God, you have to buy me this. You have to listen, you gonna miss your blessing trying to run after some mess. You're gonna miss your blessing. Because sometimes, listen, that man is a millionaire. When every man has the potential to be a millionaire, he just needs a strong woman behind him. He just really needs a strong woman behind him. I remember the days when my husband used to be like, man, I gotta get this. I want to see this. He wanted to see so many things. Like he wanted to see so many things back then. And everything that he wanted to see, he has seen and is seeing now. And because I was that strong, supportive woman, because I wasn't forced, okay, to work and do it was like work at your own leisure. If you feel like you want to work, if you don't, you know what I'm saying? But whatever makes you happy, that's all he cared for was whatever makes you happy, right? Because don't no man need an unhealthy woman cooking his food at night. See, he got to go to work the next day. He got to go make that money for us to have a place to stay. So I don't want to be frustrated putting all of my low vibrational energy in his food. Okay. Now he gets to work and he getting into it with coworkers, or he having a hard day, or he frustrated and all of that stuff. I strongly believe in healthy energy. Right. So you definitely want to make sure that you are engaging with someone who they have the potential. Not everybody is there already. And not only that, we're talking about little young girls trying to, y'all still got to be raised. Okay, y'all still wet behind the ears. You still have to be raised. You have to know that there is potential in a man. All he needs is a strong woman behind him. Now, I'm not saying, okay, let me, okay, I'm not saying that go out there and get with a guy who keep telling you his dreams and he's not taking no action towards it. First of all, you got to make sure that you stable while you working on your dream. Okay. I'm not talking about going out there getting with a dreamer, because there are some men who always holler they want to flip your check. Okay. Now let me flip that. And child, you be 17 checks down the line and he still ain't give you your money back. You still waiting on your income tax back from them and things of that nature. So I've heard of those stories right there. We're not talking about those men. Now, there are some men. Now, that's one thing I can't say about her message. When she say them dusties, honey, leave them at the door, leave them at the door. Do not waste your time with anybody who is not able to sustain the lifestyle you already have and or make it greater. Okay, you don't need anybody to come in your life who's going to take away from you. If you are somebody who you work, you pay your own bills, you have your own car and things of that nature, now the type of person that you should engage with is somebody who can come in and take some of that off of your shoulder. Somebody who can come in and pay half of those bills, if not majority of those bills for you. Okay, somebody who has their own car, not somebody who don't have a car. So now you got to share your car with him. You definitely want to make sure that you're going towards people or men or relationships who are able to enhance the lifestyle, or at least take some of that pressure off of you. Okay. So yes, I do sort of agree with, some things that this woman tells them, her followers, but I don't agree with a lot of her message. Okay. Yes, leave those men who are just not trying, who just gonna come in, bring you down, leave them alone. Let them stay over there wherever they are. Okay. I do not engage with them. I don't have time with them. No, absolutely, positively not. Okay. And you will know when you come in contact with them, because they are full of promises, even to themselves. Okay. That they can't keep. So I do agree with her on that, as far as engaging with men who, and that's men engaging with women as well. Everybody needs to have their prospective role and know exactly what it is that they need to do to make a relationship or make a household work. Okay. I always tell you guys, if a man is out there, he's dating multiple women for as long as he can financially and emotionally, okay, sustain, that's what they do. That's what they do. If you're not married, then there is no contract. Okay. If you're single, he's going to date. you're supposed to date. When you decide you're ready to settle down and you decide you're ready to get engaged, and then y'all go ahead and make that verbal agreement. All right, look, we're working towards something more serious. Then, okay. But until then, you just do what you do. You continue to date until you find somebody who you feel like, okay, this may be the one. And you guys have to be on the same page. You definitely have to be on the same page. It's not, are you asking the right questions? Because a lot of us get into that date and it's just like, we've been together 5 years. I personally do not think that we should be dating past 2 years. Okay. If I've been in a relationship with you, okay, a friendship, shall we say, with you for 2 years and you still don't know if you love me enough to marry me, then definitely this is not something. It's time to nip it in the bud right then and there. No being in a relationship for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and there's no engagement. And I'm talking marriage, y'all. We really marriage. Okay, we're not even talking engagement. After 2 years, no, you should have been proposed to me by 6 months. Okay, by 6 months, you should have been proposed to me because you should know, okay, it looks like I'm working towards something with her. We have the same goals because, you know, the more you with somebody or the longer you with somebody, think about it. If you've been with this person for 3 years, what do y'all have that y'all working towards? You know, once you become a healthy couple, now you merge, okay? And now you guys are working towards something. Now you're working towards that investment home, or now you're working towards that first home purchase. But if you still 5 years trying to figure out if I'm the one, that's about 3 years wasted that y'all could have been putting towards getting into something, starting that business that the both of you remember on that first date we talked about doing this. Well, guess what? This is all we have to do, and let's make it happen. You know, so really staying past the expiration date. You should really put a healthy expiration date for anybody that you are dating and or courting. This is the expiration date. If by this date we don't know if we can see each other being married to each other, because if you can be with somebody for 2 years, you should know if you can be with that person long term by then. And they should know if they can be with you long term by then. So on that first date, listen, I'm not going to be dating past 2 years, okay? Not the same person. I feel like 2 years is more than enough time for me to know if I see myself in a marriage with you and if you see yourself in a marriage with me. Do you agree with that? And if that person say, nah, I'm going to need about at least 6, 7 years, man, snip right there. Okay, thank you. Check, please. Okay, and you get up out of there. Stop torturing yourself, staying in situations past and beyond the expiration date. The expiration date was right there after that first date where he already told you, I don't agree with that. I don't see myself marrying you, even if I'm in love with you and everything is perfect. I don't see myself marrying you after 2 years or even asking you to marry me after 2 years. Then you have to nip it in the bud. Okay. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, before we get on up out of here, she would say a man working a 9-to-5 job can't provide a rich lifestyle for her followers. Well, I mean, I think her husband works a 9-to-5. It doesn't. If a man works a 9-to-5 job, okay, he can provide a lifestyle for anybody who he cares to be in a relationship or a partnership or what situationship with. A man who works and provides, who works a 9-to-5 job, okay, and provides, okay, for a household, it's like that is more than enough to sustain a very healthy relationship. That is more than enough to take care of or have a very profitable lifestyle. I mean, I don't know how many, because you start with a 9-to-5. Not everybody are 9-to-5 people. I've made more money working for myself than I did with a 9-to-5, but I started with a 9-to-5. No one is going to wake up and be like this boss entrepreneur and it's hard. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Okay. Granted, a 9-to-5 will provide those sustainable, okay, and more secure finances. And when it comes to entrepreneurships, you have your seasons, you have your peaks, you have your lows. And you have to understand that. And you have to know how to successfully be an entrepreneur without having to sell your soul. Okay, because I remember the time I thought, I'm not going to say I know for a fact, I'm going to say I remember the time I thought she sold her soul when she was on there getting all of those that little money that was popping up every 5 seconds. Everybody sending $50, $100, $25. I mean, she would go live and probably make like $1,500. It seemed like $500 just going live. And when they started to control her message and she got upset with it, and she was like, no, they're not going to tell me what to say. And then they was telling her, give us our money back. And then they hacked her phone and they put her personal business, and they started to threaten her and went to her house and, tried to fight her or something. I don't know what they did at her house, but they showed up at her house and she had to call the police. And that's what your kids are. And that was when she started going on television and networks and all of this stuff. Her followers skyrocketed, okay? Because she went from like 8,000 to like 200,000 followers and things of that nature. And then she started going on platforms with other people and stuff. And they really started to put some energy behind her. But I think she backed out of that. She was like, nah, this ain't for me. Whatever it is they wanted her to do, she was like, nah, this ain't for me. And them people threatened her. To my knowledge, I don't know if this is a fact, but the way she said it, as if they threatened her and you're not going to, force me to talk about something that I don't want to talk about or tell me how to do something. I don't know what happened, but I do know she was eating lovely because she raised up on that new vehicle she wanted. Okay. And she started getting a lot of Chanel and stuff. Now, granted, she may have had some in the past, but I know her lifestyle started to change. And that's kind of like when I checked out. Because I was kind of still tuning into her as far as her spiritual channel. That's where I was tuning in. It was the spiritual channel, and you started to see her slim up and look different. I was like, what in the world is going? That's how you could tell when they put that Illuminati sprinkle on. They sprinkle you with that little Illuminati. It's the illusion. Now you're starting to appear very slim and frail, and everything looks so perfect. And now you have this whole new background, and that's what they do to you. That's what they do to a lot of these influencers out here. Now, that's the one thing I can say about her is that I really feel like she took herself back. She didn't go all the way out, right? She didn't go all the way out. She was like, you know what? I'm going to take back control of my life, because they would listen. It was serious. I was like, because I was seeing it and I'm like, whoa. And then they put that little fake friend on her. I don't know if she knew about that, but they sent that girl to her who ended up going to prison for the real estate fraud. She was making all that money and making it look like her and SHeRA was cool. And they made it all the way over to media takeout. I was like, oh my God. And that's when I started really tuning back into her, because I stopped really tuning into her, but I started back tuning into her. Like, what's going on? What's happening? Like, what in the world? What did I miss? And yeah, you can tell she signed in blood for a little bit. That's what it appeared. Okay. And I'm not saying that's a fact, but she signed in blood. But I do salute her and I do respect her, because you can tell she backed out of that and they came for her. Like, it was like, you ain't just gonna get out or something. I don't know what happened, but they hacked her phone. They was posting her private pictures on her IG account. She don't post like her husband and her kids. They was posting her husband and like they was threatening this woman. They started putting out rumors saying that she was, all of that stuff. And they was putting out rumors about her alleged jail background. Oh my God. I felt horrible for her, because I only knew that other side of her. I didn't know this side. I knew the little spiritual side that she had. And I was like, what in the world is going on? And she looked, I ain't gonna lie, she looked fearful in that video that she did. She did a video when they showed up at her door. I don't know why. But I guess they threatened her because they had to get a detective and everything. And I think they were reaching out to her neighbors, because she was saying that her neighbor is an attorney and she was going to use her neighbor to help her to fight a case. Like, she went through some stuff trying to get herself back, because she didn't want them to control her. and they was telling her, "Oh, you're gonna give us our money back," and this and that. Because she came online and she said it. Now, of course, she has since deleted this video, but there are people out there. If you Google the Ashera video where they came to her house, there are people out there who still have it like on their channel where you can see what she went through. Like she fought the industry, she fought the Illuminati. I don't know who these people are, but like I said, she was doing interviews with Billy Carson. She started doing interviews with all of these bigger YouTubers and things of that nature. And it was just, I do salute her because I do feel like she took her life back. She took her power back. She said, y'all can have this. Y'all don't have to put me on high platforms. Y'all see, Shira don't like to leave her house. She don't like to leave to me. She said it out of her own words. She said she would not do meet and greets. Okay, I heard her say that. I would never do meet and greets. Okay. I'm not gonna be in front of y'all. I don't care to meet y'all. If y'all see me in public, hi and keep it going. But no, like it gives hermit, you know what I'm saying? Like she's just a hermit, or just someone who keeps to herself and things of that nature. But yeah, like all day in the house, all day in the house. And she does do, quiet vacations, I think, with her and her husband and her kids and things of that nature. But yeah, she went through it, man. I was like, it ain't worth it. She's the one person that I can say I saw the Illuminati come for, and she fought that. I saw when they picked her up and they told her and they started putting her, she started to rise. Like it was just like everything was just boom, 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 boom. And you can see them like in her live, with her going live for like a 45 minutes, well, she go live for a while. You used to see all the money that the people were like donating. It was like constant donations and things. And, she had to do videos with other people. And like I say, Shira to me, she appears as somebody who keeps to herself. She don't care to be a part of the crowd. She does her own thing. She got her own lane and she rides in her own lane. But that was something that I saw her go through that. And that was scary for me, for somebody who was just, well, not scary, but I was a little perturbed, okay, by watching what they were doing to her. Because they really tried to assault her on her own lawn, okay? And they came for her. They hacked her phone. They was posting, because people was like, no, she wouldn't dare post nothing like this. And they was posting pictures of her kids. Like, y'all, I salute Ashera for that right there, because it does appear that she did get out of it. And she was like, y'all can have that. I don't care. Like, I've built my audience, And back then, when she used to go live, she used to have like 15,000 people. These people who are here now are probably people who heard about her during that time. And, now you can see it's kind of quieted down and things of that nature, because she was getting like hundreds of thousands of views and things of that nature at that time. So, like I said, this was like around, right before COVID, I believe. So, but yeah, she went through a lot. She went through a lot, and she has still sustained her message, and she has still, sustained Ashera. I think they was even probably trying to get her name and all of that, copyright and trademark and all that stuff and own it and things of that nature. But she's definitely a nice force. I ain't gonna lie. And like I said, I only know her from the spiritual side. This whole other side was something I didn't know much about. I didn't find out about it until, she really started blowing up and things. And that's when my kids was like, did you see that sprinkle lady? And that's when I started to see her a lot. But she's a very strong woman. That much I can say, because of all the things that was brought up about her online, of all the people that was coming for her online, for her to still be doing what it is that she does. But you got to do it for a reason, honey. I know she do it because she need that coin. I don't see a millionaire, in her background or as a part of her life. Like I say, just practice what you preach. Don't mislead these women. But at the same time, if they want to be misled and you getting paid to mislead them, then oh well, let it be. Okay, it is what it is. But yes, I just wanted to address that, you guys. At the end of the day, businesswoman to businesswoman, I do respect what it is that, she has going on. You create something. If people gonna buy it, they gonna buy it. If people gonna come to it, they gonna come to it. It is what it is on that level. The whole practice what you preach thing, I don't I don't agree with misleading people, but if people want to be misled, there are misleaders out there to mislead them. So it is what it is on that end. I just wanted to come on here, address that because you guys asked me about this whole SHeRASEVEN message. And, I always say a man should be a provider. Okay. Yes. Any natural man is going to naturally be a provider. Okay. Any man is going to want to provide for you if he loves you, if he cares about you. A man don't have to be with you for years to know if he loves you. He know from the first moment that he meets you, that he's introduced to you, if he have any feelings for you, because he's going to feel something that says, dang, I want a number, or I want to call her, or I want to take her out, or I want to be with her, or whatever it is, he knows. Okay. So just be open to love. And y'all know over here, I really promote self-love like it's nobody's business. Love you. Love on you. A man can only love you as much as you love yourself. Okay. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys soon. Peace out, y'all.